Hi everybody, I'm Michael. Today we're going to be talking about the best houseplants for beginners. And spoiler, it's this one right here. So, you ready to dig in? Let's grow. Okay, we're going to start with our Olympic gold winner. Our number one houseplant for beginners is the Pothos. I'm going to move the ZZ out of the way for a second, the Raven here. But the Pothos, Jiminy Crickets, this is such a cool plant. Super, super tough. It is my number one pick for houseplants. This baby here is only a few months old because she's just cuttings. And we just did a video recently, it was probably a few weeks ago, on how to make a plant shelf for Zoom meetings, a living green wall, and we basically took cuttings from that plant, those plants, and created this. This is a combination of two pothos, and all the pothos are super easy to grow. This is a mixture of the golden pothos, which you see up here, a lot of this, and the neon pothos, and you can tell by that neon lemon lime color, right? It's very similar to, I don't know if you can see the philodendron golden goddess back here, but they're very, very similar in that color, and they're so cool because they contrast with other plants really well, especially the lemon lime. But the pothos is just one of the toughest houseplants. It's a trailing vine. We've done, and in the houseplant video we did for the green wall, you can see all the plant care instructions there on how to take care of the pothos, whether you're growing it in soil or whether you're growing it in leca. These babies are grown in leca. And what I want to also mention about this plant that we have put her in our hallway, way at the entrance to our home. There are no windows. We turn on the light once in a while when we're coming in, but this is getting like 25-foot candles, if that, and just growing and growing and growing. I was surprised actually that the lemon lime, the neon pothos has this color, because usually if it's getting less light, it tends to revert back to more of a muted green. But just love this plant. Love this, well, vine actually. It's a vine, and it's just so easy to maintain. The reason why it's so easy to maintain is that it can handle being overwatered or underwatered. Another thing about this plant is that it doesn't tend to have a lot of pests. And that's a problem with some houseplants. Definitely one I'll be talking about in a little bit, our honorable mention, but I'll get to that in a minute. But this vine does not tend to have many pests, so you don't have to worry about upkeep on that. So one, it can handle low light, it can handle medium light, it can handle even high light. It's super adaptable, and you don't have to worry about necessarily worry so much about overwatering and underwatering. It's pretty adaptable. You probably don't want to overwater it, and that's a problem. You know, we water our pothos in soil, you know, between 7 and 9 days, but we don't always do that because we want to test the soil with our finger and go down 2 knuckles to see if it's still moist, and then we just sort of let it go. So but you can go weeks. I've done where we've gone on vacation and haven't watered it for over almost 2 weeks, and it still holds up. So that's our Olympic gold winner, the pothos. We have the golden pothos, the neon pothos here, any one of those. The Manjula pothos is really tough. The marble queen is really tough, and we'll show you our green wall that we created in my office so you can see them. They're just a jungle of them all growing together. But it's just, love this plant because it's just so easy for you. And there's people who are worried about houseplants, but this is one you don't have to be worried about. So now that we have the gold winner, I'm going to move on to the silver Olympic winner, and it's really, really tough. I must admit, it's between the snake plant and the ZZ Raven. And I'm giving it to the snake plant. I know, the Raven, everyone, I know we all love it, super easy, super low maintenance, but we have found that this sometimes has a little more need and care needs than the snake plants. What we have before you here is the bonzel, the fernwood, and the Laurentii. These are super tough. They're also really good at taking out VOCs, so these are great, and we have all these growing in our bedroom because they help pull out VOCs and provide oxygen, more oxygen at night than which is a characteristic of this plant, because most other plants kind of go dormant at night and they don't give off as much of the oxygen. Well, these do. These pump it out, so you're getting like a natural HEPA filter with these. And these are just, you know, super exotic looking. We got new growth coming in here. And the fernwood's very grass-like. You can see we always have the fernwoods back here. If you watched our videos, you can see them. They're just sitting there doing their thing. Very exotic looking, right? This one looks like grass. This one looks like something out of prehistoric, like, you know, Jurassic Park. And the Laurentii is very, very sculptural, you know. Very, very sculptural plant. So cool. Very low maintenance. You can go weeks without watering these. They're not going to have any problem. They're like, okay, whatever. They can deal with very dark locations like the Pothos, the golden and the neon. And they can also handle a little more brighter light, but you don't want to put these in direct sunlight. It can scorch them. One of our snake plants in our bedroom, I think I got a little bit too close to the window and I got a little burn mark on it from getting some afternoon sun, where I thought the shade was covering it, but it didn't. But just so cool. So not many pests either. That's another cool thing about this. So there you can see this common theme that you're hearing from me, is that these are plants that are adaptable to different types of light conditions, or adaptable to different type of watering. You don't want to overwater these. Let me make that point. That and for the ZZ, you don't want to overwater them. That's their Achilles heel. Rather underwater them than overwater them. So you can go weeks on end if you're growing them in soil, and they'll do fine. Now you'll notice if your plant is maybe in a brighter light location, it'll start to get a little wrinkly. You'll see some more wrinkling in the leaf blades, and on the bonsai you'll see a little more more crevices develop. That's telling you it's drying out a little bit, and then add some water and then they start to plump up again. So that's our silver. Now we're going for our bronze, which is the ZZ Raven, which I just love. So many people love this plant. We've done a video on this, so you can get all these. You can get the plant care instructions in there, so please check out those videos. And again, I want to thank all of you who have stopped by and provided comments and encouragement. We really appreciate you taking the time to do that. But this ZZ Raven, such an easy houseplant, so exotic looking. I think I'm gonna do another houseplant video on exotic plants. If you want to have a conversation piece, this is the plant. The network plant, string of pearls. I got a lot. And then we have our beautiful purple shamrock. Those are they're just so cool and different looking. You know, the Pothos, many people are familiar, and this is very, very common throughout the world, and they're not as much as a wow plant, you know. But the ZZ Raven for sure can go weeks without watering, doesn't tend to have any pest problems. You can get some mealybugs, but I think we may have had one small mealybug, but it was close to a Hoya, and we took some alcohol to it and nothing came back. So that's why this tipped the scale over here, because this one was a little more susceptible to getting mealybug, believe it or not. But it bounced right back. It can handle very, very low light, like all of these others here, and it's just like a set it and forget it. So pretty, so pretty. New growth will come out almost light green like the regular ZZ, but this one will turn over time to this very, very dark burgundy black purple color. Oh, so cool. And I mean, when you put them next to the lemon lime, I mean, that's just awesome. I love that combination. I keep saying lemon lime. Oh, I'm sorry. This is neon. The neon Pothos. That's the lemon lime philodendron. But the neon Pothos, if you look at I've done, I think, a video when I was talking about the burgundy ficus that we have over there. That has a similar color, dark leaf color, which makes this, and that's another part that makes this really exotic looking. It's just got a different look to it. Totally, definitely looks prehistoric, like the bonzel there. Oh, so pretty, you all, so pretty. Love this plant. So it was a close call. It was like almost a photo finish when we were making the call on whether this would be the bronze versus the silver. But it's a great plant, and you could also grow the Raker ZZ like I mentioned. That one is very similar. Grows very well. We actually have one in our bathroom, and it gets no light. It's probably getting 15 foot candles, and what it has done is kind of gone more. It has grown very slowly, which is to be expected, and the leaves, it kind of went more prostrate and growing out, and it was just more of started to get a little more smaller in overall feel. It didn't start to shoot these longer stems out of the plant, so it's just hanging in there doing its thing because it's only getting so much light. But it's nice that we're getting a plant in an area that is just not hospitable to it because it gets such little light, and it still does well. So now that we've talked about those, we're going into our honorable mention, and that is our Hoya tricolor. And you know I'm crazy about this plant. I love it. Oh, this Hoya carnosa Crimson Queen is the bomb. This is a cutting from a cutting, y'all. This little baby is grown in leca, and she is adorable. I think I took her from Mama over here, and Mama came from the other Mama outside, and we have multiples. We have another one over here growing in a vine, and I want to do a propagation video for you all because these are so easy to propagate, and we have a special way that we do it, and we want to share that with you. So please check back with our channel, and we'll show you that. But the tricolor Hoya, very low maintenance. We've moved a lot of ours into growing in leca. Most of ours inside our home are grown in leca. The Mama outside that gave us all these babies here, she's grown in soil, and ours in leca inside the house are growing faster than the one we have outside with this Miami humidity, which the Hoya would love, and the north light, which is just plenty for her to grow. She's doing her thing growing, but boy, we have found that the tricolor Hoya loves growing in leca, and it's just so pretty. The tricolor is the nomenclature, the moniker for the plant, and she will get several different colors to the leaf. Sometimes it'll just be green with white margins, and sometimes you'll get red, and sometimes you'll get white. And we'll show you some more that we have, the Mama that she came from, and the Mama is now developing all white, some leaves. It's so pretty. It's just a wonderful trailing vine, and trailing and or climbing, depending on how you want to grow them in your home. But this plant, being an honorable mention, is not as low maintenance as the others because Hoyas in general are magnets for mealybugs. And I've talked about it many times on our other Hoya videos. They tend to get mealybugs, and they can get all in these nodes, and you can use an alcohol, a Q-tip dipped in alcohol, and kill the mealybugs. But they're tenacious. The mealybugs are tenacious, and they get into these plants, and it almost killed our Mama, to which we had to do a rescue, and that's how all these babies came about, because we didn't want to lose her, and we did a dunk of several things, and that was very successful in getting rid of them because we were putting sprays and neem-oils and Q-tip on Mama, and we just couldn't get rid of the mealybugs. It was so bad. But this dunk, where we dunked the whole plant, including the roots, in a mixture, and we'll leave you the link for that video. You can see that, and it was highly successful in getting rid of the mealybugs. And then all these cuttings, well, this one came from this Mama over here, just took off. So that's why this is an honorable mention, because it does need a little more care, where you have to look at the plant to make sure you're not getting any mealybugs. Mealybugs will have this little fuzzy white look to them, And once you have them, you have to break the cycle because a mama can lay several hundred eggs, and those things will have, I think, a cycle of 7 to 10 days. So you want to break that cycle. So you have to be on this for several weeks. With the dunk, you want to do that, and then you can do it again a week later. But we only had to do our dunk once because we think we got everything, including the eggs. So, but it's always important to look and try to break that cycle, because if the eggs hatch after you've either sprayed it with neem oil or done some other things to get rid of the mealybugs, you want to make sure you get any new ones coming out and spray it again. So that's why this is an honorable mention, but they're so pretty. These are a conversation piece. These have a beautiful bloom. Ours, we've again done a video on this one where ours was blooming, and you can check to that video as well. Again, we'll leave you links to all of them so you can see those videos. But we just wanted to share all these with you so that you can decide for yourself if you'd like to have one of these. There are others, by the way. There are others I wanted to share with you, but I wanted to go with something that I know that you can use in your home and not have to worry about it. But I do say it is. It's the golden pothos or lemon lime, marble queen. Any one of those varieties will do you wonders. I think the only one of the varieties of the pothos that I would say is not as robust as the pearls and jade, but has such a beautiful white and green variegation to it. It grows a little bit slower than the others, but it's very low maintenance. They're all very, very, that one is the only one I watch a little bit more because it grows so slowly. I'm always wondering if I'm watering it or not, but it's only a questioning in my head. I water them the same, and then eventually it just shoots out some more leaves and grows in trails. It's just a slower growing pothos. So I hope you enjoyed this. We're going to give you some of these guys information in the description box below, so if you need to look up those videos, you can. And with that, there you have it. We have our gold winner, the pothos, our silver, the snake plant, our bronze, the ZZ Raven, and our honorable mention, the tricolor Hoya. Thank you so much for joining us today, and thanks to everybody who subscribed to our channel and those who've left comments. We really appreciate it, and those who've left the super thanks, we really, really appreciate that. So until the next video, bye. Please remember to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, and tell your friends and family. We post videos weekly. Thanks.